There's an archetype inside you that can transform reality by changing how you perceive it. Jung called it the magician, and you're terrified of it. Carl Jung identified dozens of archetypes that shape human behavior, but one of the most powerful is almost never discussed: the magician. Not the stage performer, the archetype of transformation itself. In this video, I'll explain what the magician archetype is, how its shadow operates in your life, and why claiming it might be the most important psychological work you ever do. The magician is the archetype of transformation, the ability to change one thing into another by changing consciousness. In Hermeticism, Hermes Trismegistus is the original magician, part god, part human, standing between the divine and the material. Jung saw this archetype as one of the most powerful in the psyche because it governs your relationship with power itself. Not external power, internal power. The power to shift your perception, to choose how you interpret reality, to transform suffering into meaning. When the magician is integrated, you become someone who can alchemize experience. When it's in shadow, you either fear your own power or misuse it. Here's the shadow. The magician's shadow manifests in two directions. First, the person who is terrified of their own power. They shrink, they self-sabotage, they make themselves small because claiming power feels dangerous, usually because someone in their past made their power unsafe to express. Second, the person who uses power manipulatively. The dark magician doesn't transform, they control. They use knowledge of psychology, of people, of systems to influence without consent. Jung warned about this. When the magician operates unconsciously, it becomes the trickster in its most destructive form. The question is, which shadow are you living in? 3 signs your magician is in shadow. 1. You have a deep knowing about people or situations, but you dismiss it as just a feeling. That's your magician speaking, and you're refusing to listen. 2. You can see patterns in others' lives with crystal clarity, but are blind to your own. The magician who can read everyone but themselves is in shadow. 3. You oscillate between feeling powerless and feeling secretly superior to others. That oscillation is the split between the disempowered magician and the inflated one. Integration means holding power without arrogance, and humility without self-erasure. To awaken the magician, you don't need rituals or crystals. You need one practice: intentional perception. Jung called this active imagination, engaging the unconscious deliberately rather than being run by it. The magician's core ability is to choose what you pay attention to and how you interpret what you see. When something difficult happens, the sleeping magician asks, "Why is this happening to me?" The awakened magician asks, "What is this transforming in me?" That single shift, from passive victim of circumstance to active transformer of experience, is the magician archetype coming online. Jung wrote that his greatest insights came not from avoiding his psychological crises, but from engaging them as transformative material. That's the magician's work. The Kabbalian's first principle is mentalism, the all is mind. The magician embodies this principle psychologically. Your reality is shaped by your perception. The alchemists weren't trying to turn lead into gold. They were trying to transform the leaden personality into the golden self. Subscribe for more. Comment magician for the guide.